Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Taste of Dragons, the Toddcast, video game podcast that all them henchmen listen to.
How do you know if you're a henchman?
You know, I don't think you know until it's over.
Oh.
I think it's one of those things where you're just like, are we the bad guys?
Or even less, it's like, I thought I was the villain.
Oh, you thought you were the bad guy.
Yeah. But it turns out I'm just a henchman. I was like, I thought this was my idea. Not so much.
I don't know. I feel like you do know.
You think so?
I feel like you know, because if you're not the one calling the shots, you're the one being told what to do. And if you're being told what to do, you're a henchman.
What if you're a passive-aggressive, henchman who thinks they're manipulating everything from the sidelines?
Little fingers exist in the world. I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess you're not a henchman then.
Ooh, no, you're not so much a henchman.
I feel like if you have a uniform, that leads more into the henchman category.
I like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Do you feel generic? Do you not have a name?
Oh, gosh. This is hitting close to home.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Oh.
Do people refer to you as Hey You?
Or number 3.
You know, number 2 is like, that's not henchman territory. Number 2 is like our right-hand man.
Yeah, my number 2.
My number 2. I think number 3, you're kind of there. It could be left hand, you know.
You're just happy to
You're
be
just
here.
happy to be there.
Number 7, though.
No, that's
Wow.
definite henchman.
Yikes.
Yeah, definitely henchman.
Well, welcome to the number 1 podcast.
That's right. At least in our minds.
in this room right now.
That's right. Good thing nobody else is listening to podcasts here, right? Right? No?
Right?
Right?
Huh? Good. Anyone?
Get out.
Yeah. Well, as always, my name is Brian.
My name is Troy.
Amanda.
I'm Joe.
Hey. And Joe's back again this week.
Getting a Joe back attack.
Oh.
Woo. Just my favorite.
Yeah.
Aw, you're my favorite too.
I'm just going to be over here.
You have Troy.
I do. It's true.
Sup?
No Zach and Caitlin again this week, unfortunately. But we got Joe. So.
Yeah.
Joe knows.
I'm a unit of measure now.
Yeah.
I mean, double duty. You're producing and talking at the same time.
That's right.
That's how Joe's roll.
Yeah. Joe roll.
It's my bizarre adventure. This is what we're doing.
That's what that is all about. Gosh, I knew JoJo was for something.
Yeah, her first name's actually Joski.
I want to be a Jotaro.
wanna
Actually,
be-
thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I prefer to be Jotaro.
I guess let's start off with what we've been playing this week, guys.
What are you playing?
Doom.
This makes me so happy.
It's great. How about we start with you, Troy?
All right. I decided to delve into a game, a genre that has launched a huge phenom this year.
Okay.
Created its own sub-genre.
Oh.
You know what it is?
No.
No, I'm excited, though.
It spawned off of a very classic game called Dota 2.
Oh. I
And
know what you're talking about.
has already garnered over 8.5 million subscribers and has 300,000 congruent players at all times.
Wow.
It is
Which one of the 3?
AutoChess.
Nice. The original.
The original. So, let's talk about AutoChess. Probably the worst named IP of this year.
Yeah.
Because it has very little to do with chess.
Yep.
Does it have to do with automobiles?
Oh, damn it. That's a better game, too. Oh, man. Get my GT Ford up in here. Battling foes. That'd be fantastic.
Right.
So AutoChess is a game that is started what is called the auto battler genre or subgenre games. Pretty much, they took Dota, which is a strategy game,
Correct.
and they took the assets, because there's a lot of different heroes and minions that you play as in Dota. Heroes, they took all of those and made their own game out of it. Essentially, what this game is you look at a chessboard, and they give you 1 coin, and at the start of the game, you get to hire or pick or buy a hero for the cost of 1 coin.
So a pretty crappy hero.
A pretty crappy hero.
We call him henchmen.
Oh, okay.
You put your henchmen out into the chessboard, and then someone else puts their henchmen out. There's like 8 people playing at once, and they all kind of match up against each other in different ways. And then you fight. You win or lose. On the next round, you get 2 coins. If you won, you'll get 3 coins. And now you can hire or buy better heroes.
Do you play with the same people every round?
Yes. So there's like 8 people in the pool.
Okay.
And you may battle one of those people for that match. And the
Okay.
next match, you'll battle another person of those 8.
Correct.
And
it's
you
all
always
random.
and you always have the same amount of currency as the other people.
No.
The currency will build
Oh.
based on if you're winning.
Oh, so you get more coins if you win?
Yeah.
Right. But
Oh,
it's
that's rough.
all about how you use them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because if I were to buy with my little bit of money 3 like bad heroes or not so great henchmen, I could take those 3 and then combine them to make a awesome henchman.
Yep.
And therefore evolve the characters.
Correct.
So it's kind of a long form strategy game where you start off with very little resources, but then slowly over time you have amassed a strategy based on what you're going with. All of the heroes that you get to pick from have a race and a class, and if you have enough people on the board of that race, then they all get a perk. If you have
okay.
enough people with the same class, then they get a perk. So you start realizing the more you play and start building, you know, your deck
Your
or your
synergies.
team, your synergies.
Yeah.
Like how to really effectively kind of lead yourself to victory.
Exactly. It's also kind of like a deck builder as well, because you are buying things in order to make it so that your lineup is better as well.
That makes sense.
I have been sweating bullets for the last 2 hours trying to find the words to explain this game because it is so convoluted and
is.
complicated, yet crazily fun.
Yep. Oh, it is.
How are you enjoying it?
It is super addictive. At first, it is incredibly obtuse and it was really hard to get into. But once you start realizing if you can match the races with the classes and you start seeing it work, then you start getting that nice giggly feeling that you got one on somebody, you got someone, you know, into your trap. Or it's that feeling of like, gee, I have a strategy. And this happened today. I was playing a game. I have a strategy. And if I just like put a lot of my effort into this one, it'll work. And it didn't work. And it didn't work. And it didn't work. But I kept thinking like, I know it could pay off if it just works, because I don't get to select which heroes come up to buy. It's random. And so I keep hoping that my strategy is going to work. And then it was down to me and one other person out of the 8. And I had about 8 health left and they had about 50 health left. And then my strategy finally clicked and everything started comboing on each other. I got the upgrades that I needed to get down the path. And I literally took that person down from 50 all the way just because my long form strategy paid off. And they even typed in the chat, hey, good game.
Yeah.
They weren't mad about it.
This sounds like magic.
Yeah.
Is it like magic?
This sounds like magic.
It sounds like it, but it's not, because the pieces move on their own. Like,
oh no, I'm not saying it is.
I
magic,
see.
but
Oh, I see. Like actual.
The strat sounds like Magic the Gathering
Yeah,
by
yeah.
like stacking and using
I see what you mean.
elements and
Yeah.
So I got a quick quote from Game Informer in case my
Oh.
words didn't work out.
Okay.
I think this pretty much sums up what this game is. It's
Sure.
a strategy game with a feeling of a turn-based game. It has the key ingredients of card games, and it requires the player to plan ahead while being good with their actions per minute. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Just play it.
Yeah.
Talking about it is the worst.
Yeah, the way that this actually even came about is because this was actually originally in a mod for Dota 2.
Another
the mod,
strategy long form
which is a
game.
long form strategy game. And so it originally was a mod, and then the creators of it actually became so big, there was actually their own tournaments just for this mod. So the creators met with Valve, the makers of Dota 2, and Valve actually wanted to buy them. They wanted to purchase them in order to make their own game.
They're like, you took our game and we have our mod tools open for everybody and you made something insanely great. Can we buy you?
Exactly. And they said, well, no, we'd actually like to remain independent. How about this? Are we able to split from you? You know, we'd like to make our own game for both mobile and for PC.
We'll take all of the elements of your game out of it, like art assets.
Yeah, we'll take out your art assets. It's still basically the exact same models. They just don't have the same names anymore. We can do this, and you guys won't sue us. And then you guys can make your own game with the exact same formula, exact same everything, but you can keep your own heroes.
You can take our idea.
Right.
Yeah, you can take our idea.
Okay,
and they
okay.
actually amicably split.
Which is remarkable.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So Dota now has Underlords, which is their version of AutoChess. There's AutoChess, which is the original. And then there's also Teamfight Tactics, which is the League of Legends ripoff.
They didn't enter the agreement. They just stole it.
Well, this is the super cool thing that's happening is since March or April or May when this first started coming about, it has literally started a whole new genre of video games called the Auto Battler. And there are lots and lots of people coming to this genre trying to be throwing their hat in the ring to put a spin on it in the same way they have with first-person shooters and, MOBAs.
Oh, no. I was thinking of Auto Battler. Is that like the incredibly accurate battle simulator?
Oh,
where you pick something and they pick something and then you battle each other, but silly.
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks
silly.
like.
Yeah, you pick your heroes and you don't do any of the fighting. They just do. They have stats and they have characteristics and they just do what they do while you can plan your next move while it's actually happening.
Half the time is you just yelling at your pieces, why are you attacking this one? No. Go back. Just go back one. The person to his left. Just the person to his left. And so it's. I like AutoChess a lot. It's the only one I've really played. And I got really into it. I just don't like how each match is 40 minutes long, 30 to 40 minutes long. Whereas Teamfight Tactics is about 20 minutes long.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit quicker. So try that. Try out Teamfight Tactics.
We'll do. Yeah. It's free too on
the
iOS.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and it's also on PC now
Easy
too.
sell.
Yeah.
So you can play, and you can actually it's cross-platform as well. So you can play PC players on your mobile.
Nice.
Nice. Good game.
Yeah.
Good game. I like that game a lot, actually. Joe, what did you play?
I got away from the clutches of Tetris 99 and moved into the clutches of Kirby, whatever the heck the name of that is, that came out yesterday.
Ooh.
Kirby Clash something. It's what I can't remember the name. It's not Tetris, but it's a Kirby game that's basically like a weird half RPG, half not. And I've been doing that for the last 6 hours, which is great.
Does Kirby suck stuff?
Oh my God, he's great. But no, not in this game.
Oh.
No, he doesn't suck at all. He actually, when he eats food, it just kind of goes into him, turns glowy and goes into him. And then you can help your teammates with it, which is really nice. But that's been the last 6 hours. About an hour before that, I was playing with Banjo-Kazooie in Smash Brothers, which is really fun. Yeah. He's really, really, they're fun. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, the name of the game is Super Kirby Clash.
There we go. Thank you.
Super Kirby Clash.
Yeah, it's cute. It's really great. I have nothing but like curse word expletives that would make me very happy to say to tell you how much I love it.
I feel like that game probably has a lot of really cute sound effects.
It does. It's awesome. It's so cute. Even when you're beating up the bad guys, you're like, I don't want to hurt you. You're so cute.
That's always been the thing with Kirby. It's such a cute game, but such a vicious reality.
It is. You're murdering the cute things. It's not okay, but it is okay. But prior to that, prior to the last 24 hours of gaming, I was playing Astral Chain.
That just came out this week.
Yeah. I really liked it for about 40 minutes.
What is it?
So it's like I don't know how to explain this. It's one of those action adventure kind of games, kind of like
a hack and slash almost.
Yeah, but it's not like Hyrule Warriors or Dynasty Warriors. It's not like that level of hack and slash.
It's
much more Zelda-like with the open theme of you walking around, or sorry, Breath of the Wild like, where you've got things that kind of drop down out of nowhere. It's much more like it. The visuals are amazing. The first 3 levels you do, where it's each type of level that you're going to do, which is one of them is a F-Zero with a gun, and you're just shooting things as you're driving closer to them, and the things are going to throw, you have to get out of the way, dodge, that kind of stuff. Simplistic. And then the next thing you do is a hack and slash, kind of like you're just jumping on things and smashing them with your gun or your sword, which is, cool, all right. And then the next level is more, it's not RPG style, but it is far more tactical. You have to be much more attuned to everything else going on around you and use your surroundings to block something in place, to use the whip effect to grab your Legion guy, to throw it at the bad thing, so that you and the Legion thing are double teaming it and killing one from the back and come. It's very weird.
It sounds a little bit like a Bayonetta.
Yes.
Or like a Devil May Cry.
Yes. It's much more like that. Yes.
Okay.
I don't tend to play those terribly often.
Action.
I watch those most of the time.
Fighting game.
It's cool. It was really fun for about 40 minutes, and then I spent the next 2 hours doing tutorials.
Ooh, Japanese
it was awful.
Game.
Like awful. And it's because I have a problem. I want to talk to every person. I want to look at everything. I want to stare at every computer screen. I want to look at it.
You got to.
A developer made that. They put time and effort into it, and I want to appreciate every drop of that. And I didn't at the end of 2 hours, though. At the end of 2 hours, I hadn't moved on in the game. I was still standing around in this three-leveled thing of a secret, not even secret, but like this uber super police organization. And man, I was so tired of talking to people and being like tutorialized that I'm on my first mission. I was like 10 minutes into that. I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm really tired.
I feel like you ever had like that sub sandwich? It looks really tasty, and then you start eating it, but then it's like it looks like you haven't eaten it. You like it's only taken like 2 bites, but you're like, I've been eating this thing for like an hour. How is there still more sandwich?
Espadas.
I'm full. Yeah.
Too much sandwich.
Yeah.
The game is beautiful looking. I think the story is probably going to progress really awesomely, actually, and it looks like you're probably going to lose people. You're probably going to feel things. I don't want to feel anything with it anymore because that Kirby game and Banjo-Kazooie are out there. So, like, I'm real sorry, Astral Chain. You're going to the bottom of the pile now.
The hook of that game is like you have like a ethereal force that fights with you.
Yes. So you've got the story of the game is you and your twin are, and you can choose either the male or the female twin to play with. And then you can kind of deck them out a little, change their hair color, change their. You or your twin are part of a specialized police force, and you get upgraded essentially your very first day to this special police force that has these things called legions. And the legion is something that can help you see the bad guys in the game. And the bad guys in the game are these completely clear seeming like invisible force that's destroying the city. And I mean, like, destroying it where, like, they're taking helicopters down with cops in it who are taking people to emergency areas. And, like, it's really brutal. Okay. They're these red, cool-looking, like, all tricked out, like, polyforms of things. Like, it really is like Smash Brothers Melee, like, you know, Polygon Team. You know, it's they look like that, only really cool and red, and they look like they're bleeding constantly. It's gross.
Ew.
It's cool, though. It's like glowing electric blood. It's cool.
Code red.
But you get the ability to have this thing on you that pulls something from their realm, so you can now see them and you can attack them.
Okay.
You have to learn how to use the thing that you're using, and it is kind of like a whip at first.
Does it want to be summoned? Is it like your friend, yet, or is it like, why am I here?
The way this seems, no. I am pretty darn sure that the way this is supposed to work out, that thing does not like being told what to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
I do know that. Yeah. I was like sitting, and you made me come over here, and I was like doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch Dark Crystal on Netflix.
I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And I do know you do eventually get, I think there's 5 different ones as well. Ooh. And they each do different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Learning how to use that thing, there's so many types of things you can do with the chain, essentially, that is linking the two of you and the thing itself. And it has like a life meter. You have to pay attention to its life meter, because if its life meter goes down, it basically stops listening to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And does whatever the hell it wants. I have not gotten there yet, but I have watched it happen at this point now, and it's not fun looking. Your person that you are has like this. It seems to be very innately good at using this thing, which I'm sure is going to lead into like a giant story about your dad and crazy things because it's Japanese. But it looks really cool. I really liked it for 40 minutes, and then I no,
just wasn't Kirby.
Yeah.
You know, it's what Kirby does. That's what Smash Brothers does. You know, I don't.
Cartoonies.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're so darn cute, and like it's Kirby.
Yeah.
He like eats things, and he had a little sword, and he was like, "Hey, I want to hack and slash things. Come along with your friends and hack and slash things with me." It's cute,
and it's free.
Play it. It's really adorable. I gave it $5.
A whole sandwich.
Yeah, Kirby is worth all the sandwiches in the world. He's eating every one of them. Banjo-Kazooie and Smash worth 1 million sandwiches. Freaking great. Astral Chain, you can have a sandwich and a half right now. I want at least 3 or 4 sandwiches from a game. I got like a sandwich and a half outright so far.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So it might have gotten more if it wasn't for these other 2
If
things.
these other games came out, I probably would still be playing it. I feel bad.
All right. Well, it's a good eclectic mix of games.
Sorry about that.
On your Switch. I'll go next. I played No Man's Sky. I talked about this last week, so I finally got back into it. When I first started back up again, I was at 66 hours. I am now at 100.
Wow.
So I put some time into it. Especially
That's your Man Sky.
Yeah, that sky's mine.
Yeah, you own it.
Especially with the hurricane, we had an additional day off, so I played that. And so it's really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of this game. Because before I learned every single word that you could learn. When I first played it.
Yeah, I remember that. I hated that.
Yeah, you did.
I hated you, Brian. I hated you so much.
And so now they've added so many more words over these last 2 years or last 3 years, where I now have to learn new words. So when I first started up again, I think I was at like 1,100 words is what I had learned. Over this I haven't prioritized learning words. However, every single time I do see a place I can learn a word, I will go ahead and do it.
See, back in the day when No Man's Sky came out, I would be so proud of all the words that I had found and known and learned, and I would be like, oh man, I can almost understand this language, Brian. He's like, oh, this old language? Blah, 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 blah. He'd be fluent in it already. Can never catch up.
He couldn't. And then I knew all of them. And so now I'm at like I think 1,700 words.
Wow.
So I've essentially more than 50%ed what I had already had.
Are you just like an ambassador now?
Almost.
Like
I still have a lot
negotiating
more words
peace
to learn.
treaties between the species?
Yeah, right. It feels like I feel like so I looked at the species. I think each species has 1,000 words now.
Okay.
So I'm over halfway there. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm really getting into like the freighter mini game that they have going on.
What?
So you can own a freighter now, which,
right?
So
or make a freighter, right? Or you just own
can't make it. You can only purchase them. So, or you can either purchase it or you can get a free one if you like rescue them from pirates.
Yeah, I
They'll,
did.
like,
I
give
did
it to you.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my first hour in the game, there was a freighter that was like, "Oh no, help us!" And then I rescued them. And like, "Do you want to be captain?" And I was like, "I feel very underqualified for this position, but yes."
So you get your your thing, and so there's in the middle of your freighter you can have frigates, which are little.
I love frigates. They're so tasty.
Right?
Dip them in a little bit of like Aubergine sauce.
That's exactly
really
what it
good.
is.
Really good.
And so you can have, science frigates, you can have mining ones, you can have industrial ones, or you can have combat ones. So there's 5 different classes, because then there's a specialist, which makes it so that your fuel costs go down. So there's 5 different types, and so you can purchase them from other freighters. Mm-hmm. You can only purchase ones that like have an icon on it, and they're normally like $2 million.
Okay.
Or 2 million credits, I should say. And so you get them onto your ship, and then you can send them out on missions, and they take between 5 and 20 hours, depending on how far away it is.
Real hours?
Real hours, yes, okay. Real hours. And so all it costs is fuel. So you have to create the fuel out of a couple of different elements, and so you send them out, and they come back after that time, and they just give you money, or they give you supplies. They give
resources.
You stuff. And so, like, I was like, all right. So I dabbled into it a little bit. I think last week when I talked about it, but like I went in hard on it this week. Like when I first started, I had like 22 million credits. I was down to 1 million credits when I bought all of my freighters that I wanted. I sent them out, and then. Like I think these missions were like 20 hours or so. So when they came back, I was like, all right, let me see how much money I get from this. I had 1 million credits. By the time I was done selling all the stuff that they gave me and the credits that they gave me, I was back up to 14 million.
Whoa!
Yo, so that's a return.
That's
investment.
A return.
Woo!
That is a return on your investment. So.
This is the Toddcast telling you to invest in frigates. Invest in frigates now.
Yes. Invest in all of them.
Forget about it?
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah. So that's what I was doing this entire week, was just going to a couple of new things, like doing the story a little bit with the Atlas. But that was just in between me sending out frigates.
Freighter shipping simulator.
Yeah.
2019.
I actually this is one of the only games I don't like watching you play.
This doesn't look like it's fun to watch.
No. It would be really fun if you didn't have to kill the indigenous populations of these planets.
I had missions to kill them.
I don't care.
Oh, I was like, you don't have to do that, Brian.
Thank you.
You're right, I don't. However, the ones that are attacking me.
You're in their area. You walked into their area and started taking their materials. Of course they're attacking you. You're stealing their stuff.
You can also fly away.
Thank you.
They don't own the universe.
They own that planet. That's theirs.
This is No Man's Sky.
This is No Man's Sky.
Then you shouldn't have it either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why are you taking it?
They could take it from me.
Yeah, they could take it from me.
They already took it. It was theirs. You're just being the one who's taking. There is no taking for them.
If they were better, they could have it, but they're not.
Oh.
I feel like this is a microcosm of politics right now.
Yeah.
He killed an anglerfish that looked very angry because he bothered it so he could show it to me.
I did, actually, yeah. This was part of last year's update. It was like it was the underwater update, so it was like Abysmal Horrors. So, but it's an anglerfish, and it has like a thing. So it's kind of like trying to hide in like the plants or whatever, and then it has its little glowing thing sticking out. And I was like, "Hey Joe, watch this," because I didn't know what this was before, and I did it when Joe wasn't around. So I was like, "Oh God, Joe's gonna love this."
I love anglerfish.
So I was like, "Hey Joe, watch this." So like I go up to it and I pull on it, and I basically pull off its little thing that comes off because it's a resource.
Yeah.
So it like bursts out of there and it hits you and you go flying, and then it just tries to swim at you to kill you, and it's just like, nope,
Even
I
while
gotta
it's
kill
trying
it.
to kill you, it's so cute.
It is
It's got big teeth, and it's like, you hurt me, I'm just trying to hurt you back. And instead of getting hurt back, Brian killed it.
Hey, it almost killed me
It did almost
when
kill
I didn't
you.
know what it was before. I was prepared and it still almost got me.
I was very
yeah,
sad.
it
It
was
made me
pretty
very
rough.
sad. I hate this game.
That game still seems to be real good.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
Freighter minigame is the best.
All right.
Yeah. So how about you, Manda?
I have been keeping this game on a back burner, and I'm very happy to be able to talk about it.
Yay.
I played Astrologaster.
What?
Come again?
It's a game put out by Nyam Yum Games.
You're just making this up.
I am.
This doesn't exist.
Is that joke from Thor 2?
It is a choose your own tragic comedy game.
All right.
The art style is adorable, and it's available on PC and iOS.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a storybook where you flip through the pages, and you're playing as this doctor. And he's an astrologer doctor in the Elizabethan period in England. So he has like that grand time where leeches cured everything, and if you were bleeding, sometimes that was fine. But the best part about the game is your patients come to see you at your house, and every time a patient shows up, this like chorus of people sing about them, and they're like a little minstrel tune, and it's really funny.
Here is Jane, the pie lady. She's alone, as always, in her life. Ta-da! It's really good.
That's awesome.
And then they come in, and then you like read you don't read their fortune because they treat you very much like a doctor.
Okay.
But you do consult the stars to tell them what to do. And it's a choose your own adventure, so there's no right answer or wrong answer. And one of my favorite things is you can always tell them it's witches. It's like almost always an option. It's like, am I pregnant? Is my husband cheating on me? Or is it witches? And it's just like, it's always witches.
Which answer will I choose?
And it's only $10. So it's like my waiting in line game, or like my waiting for something. I'll pull it out, and then I'm the most amused person in line.
I've never been sold quicker on a game than just watching one of the intros for one of the patients. And just being like, this is the game. Like, this embodies everything that the game is. I definitely only play with headphones.
Okay.
Because you'll not do it justice to just have it on like your iPhone speaker.
It seems like it's almost like improv the game, where it's like, oh, here's this lady. We're gonna sing a song about them.
But the lyrics are really well written.
Yeah.
And awesome. So are the harmonies.
Oh, and the funniest part in the game is you're playing the game to try to become a real doctor, because the government has recently decided that fake doctors shouldn't be a thing anymore. So you're like doing all this astronomy stuff to earn the title of real doctor. And
That's
you
really
shouldn't
funny.
be a doctor.
It's witches.
It's witches.
So your character is the one that invented blowing smoke up their butt. Is what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay, gotcha.
Totally. I told a lady yesterday to give boiled snake to her husband, that was going to cure the intimacy problems they were having.
Hey, maybe he was malnourished.
I don't know.
Better than witches.
Hey, it's true. She can still live. That's really cool. I like that. Good job, Amanda. And good job, everyone.
Yeah.
Good job, games.
Yeah.
Way to be.
Way to be games.
Seems like we did pretty well with the hurricane.
We are the winners of that hurricane. Unfortunately, nobody else was.
Yeah.
A lot of places are getting smacked with that right now as we speak. It's rough. But
Check
let's
your
go on.
forecast.
Yeah, let's go into news.
News. It's a big news week.
It is
Hefty.
hefty. It was kind of slow, and then like the last 2 days happened.
It was like news vomit.
It was, but we'll start with some of the stuff that I had already, which was Red Dead Online is getting a new update on the 10th of September.
Is it heists?
It is not heist.
See you later.
Not there yet. However, it is introducing 3 new pass, which is bounty hunter, trading, or trader and collector, I should say.
Okay.
And so you can level them up, I think, separately.
So killing, harvesting, or I don't know,
collecting
maps.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the difference between trader and collector? Because I get
Yeah.
trader is like I get things and then I give them
Sell
to you and
them.
you give me money.
Yes.
Is collector just like I keep all things for myself?
Or collector is like bounty hunting, but not for people. Like, hey, go get me this thing.
Oh, okay.
Go get me this rock.
Yeah, probably.
And
Okay,
bring it
okay.
back.
I like it.
Sweet rock. Thanks.
rock.
Here's some money.
Gotcha.
And it also introduces a outlaw pass, because everything has to have a pass now. And
It's not free though.
it is the outlaw pass is free.
Oh.
But you can pay 35 gold in order to make it, accelerate.
In-game money
In-game-
that you can pay real money, for.
Yes.
Gosh, I love 2019.
It's the best.
It's technically free.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just playing with fake money anyway, right?
Yeah.
None of it's real.
It's all concepts.
We haven't had that much gold in a while.
And I think that comes out on the 10th. And then on some sad news, Ikumi Nakamura, the awesome lady that everybody knows as It's Spooky
From E3.
from E3, from Ghostwire, she has left the studio, which I think was called Tango. And
Any reason why?
she has not given a reason why. I do not think it was planned. The way that her tweet sounded.
Really?
Yeah, her tweet was like, it was very nice. It was like, I really enjoyed working with everybody for the last 9 years. I have to say goodbye to blah, 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 blah. And, wish them, further fortunes and everything. And if anybody would like to work with me, here's my LinkedIn. And I was like, oh,
Whoa.
oh.
That sounds like good news to me. Maybe we can get her on the podcast.
Oh,
Hey, if you're free,
yeah. We got time. We
Yeah.
got nothing but time. You do as well, maybe.
we got an open seat.
Yeah. And but yeah, it's also weird that she's leaving now, because Ghostwire hasn't been released yet, and she's like the lead art person on it. So it's I don't know where it's gonna go.
It's like
Maybe
was-
she did all the art. Maybe she was just like, no, that's it. No more. Couldn't possibly put more art in this game.
Could be. Who knows? Yeah. So we'll find out more news, I'm assuming, over the next week or month, whatever. That was that. And then Cyberpunk had a nice, what was it, gameplay?
They called it a deep dive.
Deep dive.
A deep dive.
So Troy, did you watch it?
Yeah, I went through all 15 minutes, and they were really smart about it. They were like, we're going to take spoilers out, but no, we can't unspoil like any mechanics or whatever. So if you don't want to know anything about this world, watch at your own discretion. So obviously I watched the whole thing.
Of course.
So some fun things that came out with that is apparently Keanu Reeves will be inside your head.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like he already is.
I mean, yeah. Let's get out of here, Keanu.
Oh, that's an interesting implication is I heard he was also like a pop star, like a rock singer or something. So the idea of him being like inside your head almost makes him seem like an advertisement for himself.
Well, this is the future. So it's not that he's like a part of your imagination. He's a real person. He just implants a thing inside your head so he can talk to you.
That's
at
what I
all
mean
times.
is like, what if he's just an advertisement? Like you went to his concert once and then he implanted himself inside your brain and he's like, hey, you should stop and buy my, I was going to say CD and then I realized how old I was. You should buy the last song I wrote.
it's on a cassette.
Download it to your brain now.
Shut up, Keanu.
And they showed the different gameplay types. Obviously, it's a game that's going to have a lot of different choices, so you can kind of approach the situation. The way that I'm starting to see it right now is like, if you want to go down the brawly path, the combat and stuff isn't looking that great to me, or that fast, or that entertaining or exciting. Really, it's the hacking stuff is fun. It looks great.
Yeah.
This guy's bench pressing, and I'm gonna like make this thing fall on top of him, or they're fighting a robot dummy in a boxing ring. I'm gonna have the robot like do an uppercut out of nowhere. Like that seems to be where the game is at. So I'm kind of interested to see going forward if the alternative of just shoot and punch is even really an alternative.
That reminds me a lot of Hitman, where it's like, oh, I could just, stand over here and then shoot the guy from across the room. But what if I had the chandelier fall on him? Or what if I lit him on fire instead?
Yeah. Like, what else are you doing?
Yeah. It's very Deus Ex to me. Deus Ex Machina. Or Deus Ex, I should say. And so, because that one, it was much the same thing. It's like, oh, I could just shoot my way through. Or I could just, hack my way through. And have to stay hidden the entire time. If I'm even somewhat spotted, I'm dead. Yeah. And I just shot everybody. So.
Yeah. So that game's going to continue to be what it is as we barrel towards its release date.
It definitely focused on the hacking a lot more than the other aspects because they didn't really show off the hacking too much before. So this was definitely a deep dive into that aspect of it.
And the classes, you get to kind of see, you pick your own backstory, which all seems really good, and you get to customize your characters, not just physically, but also like stats.
That's cool.
A lot like D&D. It really does seem like a written paper tabletop game as a video game.
Well, that's what it was.
Yeah, you're right. This makes sense.
Yeah. And also the creator of said game was on it, and he was super jazzed about this game. He was super happy.
It's always
about
nice to see developers really into what they're developing.
Yeah. Like he was like, yes, this is always just in my brain when I envisioned it as this pen and paper game. Yeah. And I had it on my brain, and then they put it onto a screen, and now everybody gets to see it. Yeah, it's real. It's awesome. He has like the best voice too. He has like almost Keith David-esque voice.
Ooh.
And he is
silver baritone.
Yeah, and he is voicing somebody in it though. So
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I forget what his name is. I wish I could remember. And then we also had
AJ. Could you look up his name, please?
Yes. Yeah, please.
Thank you, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
Developer of the tabletop Cyper Punk.
Yes, correct. And then we had PAX West. Correct, Troy?
PAX West 2019 came down, and a lot of games were, either more of it was showed or announced. So I'm just going to go through some things that I thought were interesting really quick.
Cool.
They're making a Dark Crystal tie-in to the new series that came out. And it's going to be a tactics game.
Ooh.
Like Mario vs. Rabbids or Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
So Dark Crystal themed TV series tie-in tactics game.
Do you know what console that's for?
It just looks like I didn't see what that was for. Probably PS4 and Steam and your various things. There's a new IPA coming out about a rhythm game, and the whole premise about it is that EDM has destroyed the world in an apocalypse, and then it's up to a rock band to bring rock back to a world of EDM.
Oh, that's fun.
It's called No Straight Roads. And it's just about the apocalyptic future that EDM has brought us to.
I was half expecting it to be Bill and Ted 3, the video game.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the cool thing about PAX. It's kind of like it's a convention where you can bring a lot of the AAA games, but it's also about like the smaller indie interesting stuff, and everyone kind of gets along. It's not about the advertisements. It's not about the big names or the celebrities. It's just really about the gamers and the developers in that relationship between the two of them. So it was cool to see a bunch of smaller games that you never heard of, like No Straight Roads, and also games like this, The Avengers.
Yeah,
they showed off more customability. Apparently, they're trying to take the Avengers and then take Destiny, and put them together to make this new game. There's going to be co-op missions. They have equipment that you're going to have rarity with and equip to your heroes. And apparently that is their goal, to bring as much Destiny as they can to a co-op fighting Heroes Avengers game.
I feel like I'm too narcissistic to play Avengers because
Why?
At the end of the day, it's like, but what if I want it to be me? What if I don't want to be?
I want to be the Hulk.
I just want to be me.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do with the Hulk? Like what the heck?
Do I smash or smash?
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
look!
know.
I found new gauntlets that I can smash. Like
It's going to be shaders.
He's like, do I wear the purple shorts or the indigo shorts?
Well, here's the thing that's even more messed up is it's not even that. The equipment that you attach, it does not change your cosmetics.
Oh, boo.
They will have costumes though. Like some of them are supposed to be really deep cut Marvel like costumes, which could be cool.
Yeah.
But you making a difference to your equipment in the game will not change the look of your characters.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. So
yeah.
ambitious.
Yeah. whatnot.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of other things that were released. So those are kind of just the three things that I thought to kind of give note of. But go look up PAX 2019. There's some good content out there.
Yeah, PAX West, which started out as a Penny Arcade Expo, and then people just wanted to call it PAX. So now it's PAX.
They're like, that's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
And what is the Penny Arcade at this point?
Yeah, it still has a comic.
Yeah, it's still a comic. It has some good
still a good
Telltale
game.
games back in the day.
Yeah, still got a good webcomic going on.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's got that poker game.
Yeah.
Or Telltale's coming back in a new iteration of something.
It is coming back from two people who didn't have anything to do with the studio, so they're venture capitalists, and
Just taking that name.
Yep, just take it. That's exactly what it is. They're taking the name. So we'll see if they do anything with it of note. If they'll hire any people.
If they get some of the properties,
yeah,
that'd be cool. Wolf Among Us 2 was pretty far in development.
It was. So
it would. I mean, it was terrible for those people to have lost their jobs so suddenly. But it would be wonderful if someone just bought the company and then hired all the people back, and they were just like, pretend that never happened. We're just gonna keep doing what we were doing.
Yeah.
But this time better.
Better. We're gonna have better work practices. Hopefully.
Yeah. Severance.
Yeah. Severance would be a good start.
And how about if we're going to close, we'll let you know ahead of time.
Exactly.
Number one selling point.
Maybe a union. Who knows?
Now you're just talking crazy talk.
I know, man.
How dare you, Brian?
Stupid.
Crazy.
And then, we'll round out today with the Nintendo Direct.
Oh my god! Oh my
there's so
god!
much stuff
It was
in
so direct. Like it went right to me. Like I was across the room.
Yeah.
And it came all the way to me.
There was definitely a time where Troy and I were like leaning back on the sofa, and they announced something, and both of us sat up and leaned forward to look more at like what? But wait, but what's included? What's the part of that?
It was so weird because like when they announced it was like, okay, yeah, it's going to be 40 minutes long, and it's going to be about some more Sword and Shields, and then Luigi's Mansion 3.
Right.
Like, okay, that's fine. That was like the least that this was about. Like it was. I mean, like there was obviously a new trailer, but I think the trailer was only like 7 minutes of this, and it went longer than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Luigi's Mansion 3 was what, like 3 minutes?
I think it was 3.5 minutes or something. It wasn't that much. It was 3:53, something like that.
Yeah, and then the rest of it was just announcements and ports and
just throwing our weight around. We're Nintendo, baby.
It was, and then Smash was, I think, the biggest portion of it at the end. And it was like, but you guys pulled a bamboozle, man. I mean, I'm happy for it, like all the information we got, but I was not expecting that.
And as the person who played the Smash with the new character, what was the most exciting part of the Smash news?
It was definitely just the shadow drop for me of him. I will say the Team Rocket uniforms, though, I as soon as the ability to have that happened, I don't play with Mii fighters at all. I do not like them. I am going to have to play with them because I can put Team Rocket uniform on them and it's great.
So I looked for them. I couldn't find the Team Rocket uniforms.
You have to load the game up. And in the opening part of what it tells when you update to version 5.0, whatever it is, it should be it's the fourth slide.
And
of
then
the things.
I need to go
and
get it from there.
You have the option from there to go to the eShop to buy it. It's 75 cents.
I thought it would just appear.
Oh, it's not free.
No, it's not free. The Mii Fighter costumes aren't free. You have to pay 75 cents, I think, for each one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah, you know what sucks though? So I was really excited. That fourth slide popped up and I was like, I think I'm finally going to buy one of these stupid Mii Fighters or something. So I buy the Team Rocket thing. It took me forever because the game was having kind of like serious issues last night downloading stuff. Okay. I think, and I am not the only person. I talked to Josh and a few people here. Everybody said they had the same problem if they were trying to buy one of those outfits. It caused like a weird download glitch. So I had to sit there for about 30 minutes waiting for it to download a, like tiny freaking file. I had downloaded Banjo-Kazooie in like seconds and then,
Team Rocket strikes again.
Right? I was like, this is the best. So I finally get it to load back up. I'm excited. I'm going to play with Banjo-Kazooie. I'm going to throw that thing on the Mii Fighter. But the fifth slide is a Proto Man costume. And I was like, no! How could you have done this to me? I already bought one. I'm not buying another one. I can't have two. This is ridiculous. The only way they're getting me to buy another one now is if there's like a Fantastic Four uniform, and that'll be, they can have my money.
Right. They're actually trying to do it to your me, not yours.
You know what? My me is not having this. It's for Team Rocket. It's a henchman.
Yeah.
It doesn't have bigger aspirations in this world.
I gotta say, because of Apex, there's been so many shadow drops. Like that is like 2019 is like I could sum up with Shadow Drop.
You blame the internet for not being able to like hold its tongue.
Yeah.
Like people can't worry about releasing something, I guess on a like tell you something and then release it later. They have to just drop it, keep it a super secret, and just drop it so no one else can figure it out.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, we were watching some internet news the other day, and they were talking about how they were showing some pictures they had gotten from a hack, and they're like, "Yeah, some guy hacked it, and we got these pictures, so we can show them to you." And then no
Resident
part,
Evil.
Yeah, no part during the story where they're like, "And we shouldn't do that, and no one should hack video game companies."
How about we just let them do their thing and then show us their footage when they're ready?
They should be able to market in their own time.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it more that way.
Yeah.
Banjo is awesome though. He's the first character that
great.
feels not like a clone entirely.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like some of the other sword characters, it's like, okay, that's Link's, up B or something. But Banjo feels like a new character.
He does.
Agreed.
He's very weirdly weighted. I only played on his stage, so I don't know if the gravity's a little off on that
Which
stage
is
or not. I don't know.
cool,
It's
that
really
stage.
Yeah.
cool. Like they did. I feel like they did far more work on him.
Yeah.
And
it shows.
integrating that into, as opposed to, because I loved the hero. I really love Piranha Pete.
Right.
Like the Piranha Plant is probably one of my favorite stupid things they've added. But I like when it was added, it was kind of like, oh, this is just a
It's novel.
weird, cute
Yeah.
character.
A lot of these moves
Okay.
do the same thing.
Right. Like Joker, I didn't personally like playing with. So he was not my jam, not my style.
Yeah.
But I did like the style of the character.
They
I
each
thought it
had
was
like
cool.
one or two cool things about
Right.
them.
But they were generic almost, aside from the one or two.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
he's,
All top to bottom feels new and fresh.
Yeah.
And like the weight is interesting, like falling off the board because like, oh, he doesn't move like the other characters. Interesting. Yeah,
he's
they don't.
heavy, but he's not. Like I was getting weirded out because I was getting like a Donkey Kong vibe for how he was being slower, but he's way faster than DK is. So I was like, is he gonna fall? Is he gonna weight wise? Is he gonna drop faster? He does not.
Because he picks up because they actually
Yeah.
switch and turn
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
Kazooie, I guess, like carries him and then it gets faster all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting character.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm excited to see if anybody actually uses him in tournament style. Like I want to watch someone who knows what they're doing with this character. I want to watch him wreck things.
Yeah.
It was actually because of Sakurai, because Sakurai also was pretty cool. He was like, hey, I know this isn't a Nintendo property, but if you have an Xbox, buy this game. This game is great. There's a remaster of it. They were really nice
Is
to
it
us.
only for the Xbox?
Yeah, because
Come on, Nintendo, do what you got to do. Get it back.
Xbox owns it.
Oh,
They own the actual property itself. So Microsoft, Microsoft owns it. But Microsoft was nice enough to let them use it. So he was like, oh, well, let me give them a shout out. So because of his shout out, though, Xbox was the number one trending in Japan on
That's
Twitter.
awesome.
So that was actually kind of cool, I thought.
That's a
Especially-
first.
Yeah. I think it is.
Real.
At least for something positive. Yeah.
What did you guys think about the SNK fighter that got added?
Yeah. Amazing way to debut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Bogard. But yeah, I mean, I'm a skeptical because Terry Bogard was already kind of a clone of like a Ryu and Ken already, and they already have a Ryu and Ken in the game. So announcing Terry is like, sure,
That can't
it'll
be
have that uppercut that they have.
Yeah.
Okay. I was more excited. I don't know why I didn't see it coming. Of like, we're gonna make a new pass with more characters.
Same. I was very excited to hear that.
They basically did, though, because they say at the end of it, we have 5 characters, the fifth one to be included with, we're working on. But there are more characters that we're going to be working on.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So it was very much a wink, nod, like punch you in the face type
I
of
loved
thing.
it. I was very happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you're gonna keep doing these. Go for it.
Yeah.
I think part of it is that they don't want to have to make another one anytime soon. Like really,
They shouldn't have to.
Right.
No.
So if they can continue on a yearly basis, adding 2 to 3 characters, is that for a
Right.
while? It's already an insanely huge game.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
just
called Ultimate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Ultimate. That's it.
There's no higher.
Did you guys get to hear what was also trending in Japan
What?
today because of Terry?
No.
A lot of younger people in Japan, like high school and down, apparently had no idea who he was. So they were like, "Oh, is that just the Pokemon trainer with really big muscles?" So they just kept calling him Muscly Pokemon Trainer.
I love it.
Somebody actually did a like an evolution chart, and it started out as Ness, and then it went to Pokemon
Yeah.
Trainer, and then it went to Terry Bogard.
So good. It's the best. Thank you, Japan.
Wow. I am more excited for this hero now. I'm all in. Let's go, Terry.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And then we also got some Another kind of shadow drop. They're going to be doing Super Nintendo games now.
Yes.
Included with your online subscription.
Yes.
That releases the following day, which is Friday.
Yes.
Or Thursday, whatever it is.
Today.
Which I did check. It didn't update yet. I was hoping, but not yet. But
I got my
it should be
Switch with
soon.
me. Same.
Yeah.
So, and they're adding 20 games, which I think is pretty cool.
2 of which are some of the greatest games of all time. A Link to the Past and Super Mario World.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did find it funny, like half the games start with Super.
Yeah. It was a time. It was a time.
I did want Donkey Kong.
I know.
but with the Mario and the Zelda, I can't complain.
It'll definitely get added, I'm sure. Some point down the line, I'm sure. And then they're also going to have a Super Nintendo controller that you can purchase separately. And so I think it's only $30 though, which isn't too bad.
I don't think I'll get. I said assuredly with confidence.
So much confidence.
It seems like a good gift.
Agreed, actually.
Yeah.
I can normally never say no to the dumb accessories they make because I just want to try them out. That was probably the first controller I was like, no, I'm okay.
I'm full.
And then Brian reminded me how different the configuration of the buttons are, and now I'm like,
Yeah, because he has 4 buttons, whereas the if you turn the controller sideways, you only have 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you want to play with more than just yourself, you have to you still have to have an additional set of Joy-Cons. Each one of you could use 2.
Just playing by myself.
Yeah,
Forever.
And the nostalgic quality of just kind of holding that.
Exactly.
Fun, yeah.
Yeah.
The SNES was the console to break my teeth into gaming. So is that the phrase?
Ooh.
Cut your teeth.
Thanks.
There you go.
Just as
No, it
weird.
You cut them so hard they broke.
Exactly. It was so good. That's what it did. They announced a lot of ports from the Wii U, which I thought was really great because the Wii U did have a lot of really good games on it. It just didn't have the support from customers. So I'm really glad they did that. Another big announcement was Overwatch. They cold opened with that.
At first, I was like, what's the big whoop? Like, it's an online game. Am I going to have a device that I'm going to have on the plane or somewhere where I don't have a way to play the game and I literally can't play the game?
They do sell Wi-Fi on airplanes.
And that's what I was at next. So it's like, I guess I'll have to buy Wi-Fi in places or purchase it in places that don't have it. So I'm like, I'm going to buy this game and then I'll have to purchase Wi-Fi in order to play a game that I've already bought. And I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm into it. Yeah. But then the idea of like going over to each other's house where I don't have to pay for Wi-Fi and then the 4 of us can be at a party and the 4 of us can group up and play Overwatch while someone's playing something else on the screen or someone's, cooking. Like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. That I think is, unless you already don't own it, which is kind of rare. If you do still want to play Overwatch, you probably own it. It really does only make sense to play it at home, but you already own it probably on another system.
Right.
So it's, I don't know.
It would be a
it's
party
weird.
watch.
Yeah.
This is another example of why I should be able to pay for a video game and just have it everywhere. It's just like, I'll pay $80 for Overwatch instead of $60, but just give it to me for all platforms.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it comes out for, I already bought it.
Sounds like a
paying
subscription.
$60 twice seems like,
And for us, it's going to be like the 3rd time.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I own it for the PC and the PS4 already.
Yeah. It does have tilt controls, which is kind of weird.
It is, yeah.
So certain aspects, like guiding Junkrat's tire, you move the actual
That
Wii.
might be fun, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may pick it up just to try it. I don't do first-person shooters; they're not my jam. But I might pick that. I love Overwatch. I love watching Overwatch more than anything else because I'm bad at games like that. But I might play that.
We should have a bad league because
yeah.
we have all of our friends get together and they play about Overwatch, but they've been playing for like 4 years.
Yeah,
4 years
almost.
So for those of us who didn't pick it up immediately, it's very daunting to join because if we join, they just lose.
Oh yeah.
But we should make a B
We should
league.
make a team
Make
where
a B league.
we should versus them, and then once a year just have a tournament, and we can make a trophy,
Yeah.
just like the Smash trophy we made. Which we need to have another tournament soon. By the way,
We
Just put
do.
that out there. Even if it comes down to you two again, I need that trophy to get out of my
We'll have
house.
another one. Yeah. And then they also announced that so Game Freak has another game that they're coming out with. It was called Town. They changed it to Little Town Hero now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the character with axe, and you fight monsters with your thoughts.
It looks really interesting.
Yes, it does. It looks very interesting. It's almost like Link's Awakening, almost the type of visuals that it is. So we'll see how that is. But
And the composer from Undertale is going to be doing the music for it.
Yes, he
which
is.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That was really cool. I was really happy with that. And you can actually pre-purchase it and preload it right now.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
it releases on October 16th. Let's see here. What else? Jedi Outcast. They're re-releasing that for both Switch and for PS4.
I missed the original.
Yeah, I didn't play that.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It's
Now's my chance.
it's probably the best lightsaber fight system.
Do you think it holds up?
Yes.
I guess if they're remaking it, they must think it holds
it
up.
most certainly does.
Is it better than the Wii, where your lightsaber is the Wiimote?
You keep moving
Yeah.
it, nothing happens.
It was probably the best lightsaber fighting, dueling, whatever you could do. It was the best.
Brian, you're missing the most important announcement
I
of the
know.
entire Direct.
I know.
Troy.
What is it?
Thank you. You can now make curry in Pokemon.
It's true.
That is not what I was
Over
thinking.
100 different types of curry.
And then you could have a curry dex,
Yeah. I mean, hello, what have we been missing for the past 10 years?
right?
Curry.
When they announced cooking, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know cooking. And then they're like, curry. And I was like, yeah, I get it. You know, they're going for the English thing and curry, yeah. And then they're like, only curry. And I was like, what? 100 types of only curry.
It's so good.
I do
I don't
love.
care about the Pokemon anymore. I just want to put up a curry shop.
I do find it funny that for the one that they set outside of Japan, they're gonna have curry be the thing.
hey, Britain, yo. Big curry people there.
Are they?
Ah, it sounded real racist.
Yeah.
Let's take that back.
Let's
the
rewind
curry
that.
fans.
Yeah.
Curry fans.
You're not currying any favors here, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well done. And when in doubt, pun it out.
Pun it out, my man. And then I think the biggest news probably was Luigi's Mansion, Scream Park. I'm just messing around. It's actually Animal Crossing New Horizons, also known as Animal Crossing Harvest Moon.
I'm so excited.
Harvest, Stardew, Minecraft, Moon.
They added crafting to Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It's everything I've ever wanted.
It is. I mean, I was already excited about Animal Crossing. I was going to pick it up. I just like giving it a hard time on this. But like, I saw what it was. I was like, oh God, I am really hyped for this game now.
There's something in my belly.
Yeah.
Oh, fire.
no. I mean, it's gas, but man.
Is it curry?
I was worried when it started because they're like, here's your tent. And I was like, I've only seen tents so far.
Yeah.
And then they kept being like, and then you could go to this tent and get this stuff. And I was like, I get a house, right? Because like, I'm all down for like this tent thing for like a beginning. I was like, but I gotta get a house, right? And it got like 3/4 of the way through the video. And I was like, oh no. And then they showed you like this magnificent mansion. And I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's Nook's mansion after all the money that you'll be paying him
Yeah.
and his sons.
We were talking about a bunch in the store today, Josh and Anthony and them, and I told them I would be okay right now if they don't show me anything else for this game. Because every time they show me something new, I'm angry we're not getting it this year.
Right.
And I'm respectful and totally agree with why we're not getting it. I'm okay with it. I think it's really cool that they care about their developers enough and the people that are programming. Like, gosh, that's so freaking cool. Please stop showing me things now. I need to stop seeing what I cannot play until next year. It looks so good.
Yeah. Well done, Nintendo.
Yeah, really well done.
Way to make me not think about just PlayStation and Steam.
Right? Yeah. It was a lot more than we were all expecting. At least much more than I was expecting.
It was so
Same.
many sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just, oh my goodness.
Free sandwiches.
No.
A tower of sandwiches.
And
That's
yeah,
not even everything. There's
it's
still
not.
more. Go
There's-
watch it.
There's still
Yeah.
way more.
I could keep talking about that Direct. I'm
Yeah.
not, but I could.
We're not.
You could.
I do want to mention Return of Obra Dinn. They're putting it on the Switch.
And I also want to mention Deadly Premonition too.
Yes.
Okay, good. We got
Okay, good. We're good. We're
Great,
good.
great,
We're good.
great, great.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Also.
Yeah.
Just
That's
okay,
it. That's
those
it.
things. Great, awesome.
All right, good. Anything for you,
tasty
Manda? Manda, anything you want to sneak in there?
No, my brain turned off after Animal Crossing. I'm just imagining myself on that island. Stick.
Yep.
Rock. Stick. Stick. Rock. On the pole! You can pole vault on
Yeah.
the water now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you don't need to have a bridge everywhere.
Animal Crossing is not ready for that type of action. Like, it's a very mundane game, and all of a sudden, like, pole vaulting through, like, rivers, like, whoa, hello.
It's just more things to help you get around your town easier, you know? I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I wasn't ready for it.
I went crazy when they allowed you to build one bridge.
I was about to say, they're called bridges, John.
That one bridge they let me build in that first game, I was like losing my damn mind. And then I think it was 2 more games later when I could build 2 bridges. Did that make it way easier to have to run to the other side of the beach to grab that spider?
I'm getting a little intimidated by this Animal Crossing.
Right?
Nothing new. I can't
Right?
take
I
it
don't need
anymore.
anything else. Just
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to stop doing the "What did we play this week" segment when that game comes out. 'Cause it's just gonna be like week 14 of just Animal Crossing.
Okay, we should all take a day off in that week, whatever the day. It's 3/20, is it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's 3/20.
it's in March. We should all take a day off and play. And then instead of what have you been playing, we can just talk about what we did. We could play hide and seek in town. We could trade things.
Oh, what have you been playing?
What have you been playing? Oh, I was at Manda's tent the other day. It was great. I brought a durian with me. My challenge is persimmons, but I found a durian I wanted to share. Something silly like that.
I am ready to go hard into the role play. Let's make this happen.
Let's do it. It's Animal Crossing. It wins all.
It does.
Gosh.
All right, well,
That direct was a little more tastier than I thought it was going to be.
was it? How tasty was it?
Probably too tasty.
Really?
Because I think I'm kind of sated. I mean, I don't know how long our dinner is here today.
I think we have time for a little bit more.
Or do we pack some? Do we pack some and get a little take a little doggy bag for another dinner?
We could.
Or do we just go in and eat it up right now?
I don't know. I mean, Manda, what do you think? Do you think we should eat this today, or should we where's my thing? There it is.
Okay, not something anyone wants to hear about.
I gotta say,
We were trying to be so coy.
I know, no.
All right, we're trying to figure out if we have time to do a tasty topic. All right, we're trying to look at. Brian's got the timer on his phone. We went
do.
like the direct was a little tastier than we were expecting, and we still have a Dragon of the Week to do, and we're trying to be coy about it. I don't know.
We'll delay our topic till
We'll delay
next
it.
week.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, it just
All
makes
right.
me want to eat it more.
It's a good topic.
It's a good topic.
Good topic.
It is a good topic.
It is.
But,
So
way to go for the direct being the tasty topic in disguise.
yeah, we're all full.
I'm so full. I can't take any more.
This is like when you order too many appetizers because they all look really good, and then you eat them, and then they like place your dinner down in front of you, and you're like, "Oh, I just need a box now.
Yeah.
Sorry."
That's exactly what happened.
just bring that check right now.
And then they always ask you if you want dessert, and you're like, "What?
What?
Did you what?"
I mean, yeah, I guess. do you have fried cheesecake? Fine, I'll get that.
That's true. That is what
It
happens.
is what
Brian.
happens. So I guess we'll just go on to our Dragon of the Week.
It's the Dragon of the Week. Yeah, you don't have to seek.
Oh no!
It's the Dragon of the Week. It's never meek. The Dragon of the Week. The Dragon of the Week is our chance to throw a little love and spotlight on industry professionals of the gaming industry of any type, and to just say, to kind of, learn about them.
I'm sorry, I just got a case of the giggles. I'm really sorry. This is why I'm a producer. I'm sorry.
It's cool. Nothing happened off of the mic to distract us or make us giggle or anything.
Do you want to take that again? Do you want-
It's the Dragon of the Week.
I'm not cutting this out. I'm not cutting this out. I can't fix this in post.
Yep. It's just a way for us to highlight people we like in games.
We
Go.
like all you guys, but this week I like this person, and this person is Toby Fox, who we were just talking about, which is the creator of Undertale.
Oh, he did the music and the game.
And the game,
I
yes.
forget that's just one person did
Yeah,
that.
the only thing he didn't do was the art.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but everything else, it was him.
Right on.
And him alone. Obviously he was known for Undertale and more recently Deltarune. But he actually started out. He went to. He's actually born in 1991, so he's actually only 20.
He's a youngin'.
Yeah, he's only 28 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a youngin.
That's a youngin'.
That's a youngin.
But the idea of someone being born in the 90s is just crazy.
And making like one of my favorite games of the past 10 years.
Right? And so he went to Northeastern University for environmental science.
This checks out.
It checks
with the
out.
rest of our developers.
It has to be it. And
I can see that theme in the game, the flowers and such.
Of course. I could have found out if he graduated with that degree, because I know he graduated. I just don't know if it was for environmental science.
Oh, if he changed his mind,
or if he
during
changed his mind halfway. But in high school, the way he got started out in like games and whatnot is in high school he used to make Earthbound ROM hacks. So he would.
That's cool.
So he would. He would post them and then get feedback or whatever. It's actually him and his 3 brothers. They would all make these ROM hacks, and he actually got a little bit of notoriety in the community for it. He was one of the admins for an Earthbound website, or a forum, I should say, and yeah, that's how he got his like start in like games. And then in college, he started doing music, and he actually started doing music for the webcomic Homestuck, and so the way he started getting that was he was like, Homestuck is a webcomic that is fairly big. If you don't know what it is, I would recommend not looking it up. But
you're gonna get stuck.
Yeah, you're gonna get stuck
At home.
Yeah. And but like there was like a music search, and so he submitted to it, but he wasn't chosen. So he's like, whatever. But he started posting piano like covers of the music that they did choose for it. And then the creator of Homestuck like saw his videos on YouTube and was like, oh, this is actually really good. You want to do music for Homestuck? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he started doing music for Homestuck, and he even the Homestuck video game that came out in 2017, Hive Swap. He co-did the music on that as well.
It's a funny name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so also during his time in college is when he started doodling the characters for Homestuck. For Undertale. I'm stuck on that home.
You'd be stuck.
I know. Jeez, you never get away. So yeah, he started doodling the characters that would eventually become Undertale.
Sans.
Right? And so during his 3rd year of college, he actually started dabbling in programming. So he like found like a website that started talking about the classes and the hierarchy of programming. So he just started he just snowballed from there, and he made up like his own like battle system that was just text, and so yeah, he just from nowhere, like he was just like, oh yeah, that's programming. Yeah, let's start that. Why not? Let's do that. And but like you've played Undertale.
Yeah.
Undertale is a very unique battle system.
Yes.
And so he actually got his idea for the battle system for 3 different games.
Okay.
So he liked the talking with enemies system from Shin Megami Tensei.
Right. Persona people.
He liked the avoid enemy attacks in Mario and Luigi RPG.
Wait, you can avoid enemies?
Yeah, because you can walk around them. You don't have to fight them.
Oh, like that. Sure. Yes.
So, and then he took the barrage. And then
Sorry,
he took yeah, it's okay. And then he took the barrage system from Toho Project. Which is another game. And so the barrage system...
I don't remember what the barrage system was. Is it just the combat, like how you fight?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. But he took he took those types of things and he put it into the game. And so that's how he got at least the bones of doing it. And so he originally just made his friend for his game for his friends. He wasn't expecting to like make it to release to people. He was like, oh no, this is for my friends. I want to create a game for them. And so a lot of the jokes in there are just kind of inside jokes between his friends.
Oh, that's so good. Because they're funny by themselves,
right?
Too.
And so some of the characters are also based on his friends as well.
Even better.
Oh, that's
okay,
funny.
I need to figure out who the real Sans is. He owes me a date.
Speaking of which... So Sans and Papyrus came about because he had a friend that loved skeletons and drawing comics. So he put them in there because he knew his friend would get a kick out of it. These 2 skeletons doing this type of stuff. So yeah, I thought that was actually really interesting because it's like, oh, you're just creating a game for your friends. Yeah, why don't I just put my friends in it? They're going to play this and laugh at it.
That's where a lot of great creative content comes from.
Yeah.
Undertale is a phenomenal game because it's one of my favorite types of games because it's a game that challenges the concept of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it really takes the whole genre to task in a way that is just brilliant.
Yeah. And he met the artist for it, which was Tammy Chang, or Temi, I can't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
One of those. The artist he met while he was also in college, when he was starting to just think of it as trying to become a game, he knew he couldn't really do the art for himself because he had all the other things to do and school.
Yeah.
But he came upon this person's art blog, and so out of the blue, he just emailed this person. I was like, "Hey, I really like your art. You wanna do a game together?" They'd never spoken before.
Really?
They'd never met before. Nothing. And the guy's like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Yeah, that's why not? Let's do this."
That's so awesome.
And so yeah, they got together. They did they started working on it in their free time. And when they finally got like a little bit of a demo together, they took it to Kickstarter. They took it to Kickstarter in 2013, and it got funded. Almost 2,400 people backed it, and it made about 50 grand.
Brian.
I saw it. I did not actually back it,
Oh, that's a first.
though. It was a first. This is also 6 years ago.
This is before he built his
My
Kickstarter
My
empire.
empire, yeah.
Right.
But I did see it, and I do remember seeing it on there, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I want to support them, but I don't know if this is a game for me. Like,
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know if I like the art style, especially for what I saw. I was like, I don't know about that. But apparently everybody else did. And so yeah, it eventually came out and made all the money. And he's just a hugely successful person now. He shadow dropped Deltarune Chapter 1 last October and Halloween, and
I don't think I've played that.
Yeah, it's
What's
free.
It called?
Deltarune.
How did I miss that?
It's the first. It's just the first chapter.
Oh,
but it's for free. He dropped it for free.
beautiful.
And and he was like, all right, yeah, this is my thanks for you guys, doing this for me. And he didn't explain what it was. He just said, I'm just going to drop this, and it ends up being it's possibly a sequel to Undertale.
Uh-oh.
Possibly. It's only the first episode, so you don't know.
I mean, Undertale came out, independently, and then Steam, and then PS4, and now it's on the Switch. Like, there's
just
money
snowballed.
being made.
Yeah.
It's
with that
Stardew.
game.
It's Stardew.
It started.
Yeah. And so yeah, now what he's currently up to right now is he's working on the music for the Little Town story, or Little Town Hero. Sorry, Little Town Hero, and also he has beaten Sakurai in Smash Brothers. So
Whoa! Take that.
yeah, he went over to Sakurai's house, and he
Sakurai, the maker of Smash Brothers.
Sakurai, the maker of Smash Brothers. So he's probably one of the most skilled players he's ever come against. And he didn't outright say that he beat him, but he said we went back and forth, and he might have done a little better.
Classy.
He calls Sakurai's car the Batmobile.
Really?
Yeah,
It probably is just the Batmobile.
it probably is. Like, if we're being honest, it probably is.
Next Smash hero, the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Instead of the Batman logo, it just has his face.
To the Sakurai Mobile.
Ooh, yeah.
And then he also did he did a new remix of one of the songs from Undertale for the game for Smash.
Oh yeah.
Because they
This
put
makes sense.
Sans
Yeah,
in,
they put the costume in there for the Mii
fighter.
I saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, he's been doing a lot, or a lot for somebody who has all the money. He doesn't have to be doing anything anymore.
Well deserved.
Yeah. So yeah, Toby Fox.
Right on.
Why
yeah,
is
Toby
he
Fox.
your dragon?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite bit?
My favorite bit about him is it's actually from this week's Nintendo Direct, because he beat Sakurai in Smash. Like, I'll be transparent here.
So it's like you're a brilliant genius game developer, and you're good at Smash Brothers. You beat the maker of Smash Brothers.
That's right. Hey, you
There's
get my
something
respect.
special there.
Yeah. And he admitted it. So hey, he could have just not said anything. But no, he was like, no, this
That
guy's a
means
cool guy.
you're also an incredibly nice, humble person, because if someone beats you and they're a jerk, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Either that, or he was just in a giving mood this week with the whole Xbox thing as well. Maybe he's just trying to spread a little love.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, cool.
he's my dragon of the week.
Thank you for sharing that with
You're
us.
welcome. You're welcome. So again, unfortunately though, it's the end of the episode.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're stealing all the sound effects. But as long as we make the sounds, they can't stop us.
Thank you, AJ.
Yep.
Yes.
But as always, we record live upstairs inside of Tate's Comics. powered by our friends at 3000 Brigade.
Bam, ba-dum, bam, boom, boom, bam.
That's right. We also have a sister podcast, which is
The Tater Talk.
the Tater Talk,
The Tater Talk.
the comics podcast.
It is.
Joe,
And entertainment. and
You're on
general
that
stuff.
one, right?
I am. I'm sorry. Your ears get to hear me on that one too.
That's right. You're also pulling double duty on that
Oh
one.
yeah.
My ears is so happy.
Aw,
Straight honey.
it's so nice. Thanks, guys.
That's my wife, sir.
You don't have to tell everybody. You know.
Oh,
it's
I
cool. No, we cool. We cool. It's all good. It's all good.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can also find us online on the Facebooks and the Instagrams, right, Troy?
That's right. Instagram is popping and locking. This week we ranked a new dragon.
Yeah.
Our new number 6 in our 17 list long dragon goes to Cinder from the Spyro Skylander universe.
Yeah.
Cinder is the badass dragon who shoots lightning from her mouth.
If you haven't watched Skylanders, the cartoon,
Or, yeah, Skylanders Academy.
Skylanders,
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. It's very good. We
Yeah.
genuinely are always caught up. As soon as a new section releases on Netflix, as soon as a new season comes out, we're like, well, I'm not doing anything else today because I have to watch all of Skylanders.
I never saw myself in life having genuine feelings for Jetvac in a way that wasn't.
Jetvac.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely care about him. I never thought that would be possible.
Yeah. I remember Skylanders, the game, with the figures and everything.
Yeah.
And we're seeing Cinder in the store. I was like, that's actually a really interesting design.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And we purchased
We have the
it.
metal one, I think.
Yeah, we have the metal
There's like
Cinder.
some
Yeah, we have
legendary version of it
yeah.
or something.
We have a
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
bunch
cool.
of one. We have like every
We
single
went
version.
hard. We went into Skylanders. That game was great.
Yeah.
Cinder has a good look, good abilities, and a cool story.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I think Felicia Day voices her in the cartoon.
Really?
Really?
I
That's
think
awesome.
it sounds like her.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, well deserved higher up place on our list.
Be sure to check the Instagram for more fun articles throughout the week.
A dragon among dragons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Literally.
Yeah. Almost henchman level.
She got past the henchman
got past
level.
it.
That's
She
like
got
if you're on the list, you're like, 10 and below, 11 and below.
Yeah, like
That's
Mushu.
henchman.
No,
Mushu
definitely.
levels, henchman level.
Mushu's rejected henchman level.
Forgotten henchman level.
Yeah. Caitlin's not on this week. I can say whatever I want about the Mushu.
Oh, yeah. Mushu lost its fans this week. Sorry, Mushu.
Yeah.
Your advocates are not here.
They are not. I did not see any Nancy Drew news this week.
No Drew's news?
But there is CW Drew's news. They released a new trailer for the show,
Ooh.
which looked interesting. It's like 20 seconds long, but it actually recreates one of the book illustrations.
Oh, cool.
Like her going up the set of stairs with the flashlight. It was like really cool. So yeah, check
I'm
that
into
out.
it.
Check that out. That's this week's Drew's news. But once again, that brings us to the end. So my name is Brian.
My name is Troy.
Amanda.
And I'm Joe.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Go play Kirby.
Sound does Kirby make? He's like a meep.